Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has fired his latest salvo in the quest to acquire Greenland, a 25% tariff on several of his European allies. And the message is clear: let me buy Greenland or pay the penalty. Now, Europe has responded, first with surprise and then with defiance. In a Truth Social post, Trump said, and I'm quoting, he would impose a 10% tariff on goods coming in from Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, UK, the Netherlands, and Finland. And this will begin from February and increase to 25% by June. He added that this tariff will apply till a deal is reached for the purchase of Greenland. The 8 countries named by Trump have deployed forces in Greenland recently. These European leaders claim that the military exercise in Greenland is designed to show the world that they are ready to defend the territory. European leaders have denounced Trump's threat and expressed full solidarity with Denmark and the people of Greenland. Meanwhile, an extraordinary meeting of EU ambassadors has been called in Brussels. Reports say it may halt a trade deal with the U.S. Denmark's foreign minister said that Trump's announcement came as a surprise. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said it was completely wrong, and French President Emmanuel Macron added that tariff threats are unacceptable and have no place in this context. EU Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen and President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, issued the joint statement saying tariffs would undermine transatlantic relations and risk a dangerous downward spiral. They said Europe will remain united. The EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas also criticized Trump's plan, saying Russia and China are the ones who benefit from divisions among allies. She said that if Greenland security is at risk, allies can address it inside NATO. Greenland praised the reaction of European countries. Minister Naya Nathan-Nielsen said that she was amazed to witness the first responses from the targeted countries. But Trump and his allies seem to have doubled down on the security threat narrative. Top White House aide Stephen Miller reiterated the contention that the U.S. should control Greenland, saying Denmark cannot defend the semi-autonomous Danish territory.
Greenland, they cannot control the territory of Greenland under every understanding of law that has existed about territorial control for 500 years. To control a territory, you have to be able to defend a territory, improve a territory, inhabit a territory. Denmark has failed on every single one of these tests. So they want us to spend hundreds of billions of dollars defending a territory for them that is 25% bigger than Alaska at 100% American expense.
But it seems not many share his sentiments back in Greenland. In Nuuk, the seat of Greenland's autonomous government, thousands of people marched against Trump's wish to acquire the mineral-rich island. Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen also joined the protesters who waved Greenlandic flags, chanted slogans, and sang traditional songs under light rain.
He's just arrogant and a very big bully. He does not care of anything. His way of saying things are just so specific and so disrespectful and hateful that it's just hurting everybody around him.
I don't know what he's thinking, and I really don't want to have him being in my head or in my voice at all. He makes so much, he puts so much pressure on us as a people, and I think it's surreal and it's unreal to be part of that circus he's doing right now.
Thousands more protested in Copenhagen and other Danish cities. Many of them carried Greenland's flag, while others held signs with slogans like "Make America Smart Again." And to discuss this further, we're now being joined by Mark Brolin, who is a geoeconomic and geopolitical strategist and author. He joins us from London. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Now, Trump looks extremely determined to have Greenland. He has opposed these tariffs that will reach 25% in June. First of all, what do you make of this timeline?
Well, I think he is. I mean, by now we can say about Trump that he's testing boundaries by overstepping them. But this time he is overplaying his hand, definitely, because it has worked for him at times previously when he has overstepped, but only if the other side has been divided. This time this is counterproductive because this time he unites Europe as never before. And this is also a poor strategy if he's trying to win hearts and minds in Greenland. At the end of the day, it's hard to see that Greenland will ever change its status without a referendum, and bullying is not the way to do that. So I think this is this tactic of his. I mean, everything with Trump is sort of a negotiating tactic. He's putting it out and he's shaking the snow globe and see what happens. And this one was too much. Now he's even risking the EU, as you mentioned before. He's even risking the US EU trade deal. So this was a bad hand he played yesterday.
And the European countries, talking about them, they have sent troops in Greenland. What more can the countries now do to defend Greenland?
Well, I think that is what's actually teased him. They didn't like that a few soldiers were sent from Europe, as you mentioned before. But I think he doesn't seriously think that soldiers from European countries are sort of offending the US by having European troops in NATO. These are all friends. So I think it's just testing stuff. And again, this will backfire in a big way. And I think this also, there is some silver lining for Europe in this, because he's actually dropped the invasion threat. He knows that back home in the US, the support for actually invading Greenland by force is very small. I think one opinion poll said 75% of the Americans were against it. And even with his own MAGA movement, there is divided on this issue. And I also think that this might have hastened his own power decline into lame duck status. It's actually the rule rather than exception that a president during his second term turns into a lame duck during midterm elections. And that happens on, I think, November 6th this year. And by doing this now, he's actually galvanizing his enemies on his own side as well. He's causing splits within his own side. So I think now he is going to be weaker in the US, or from now on, and definitely from November 6th.
Okay, and also what do you make of this comment by Stephen Miller, who is the White House Deputy Chief of State Policy? He says that he's talking about the Europeans, saying that they want us to spend hundreds of billions of dollars defending a territory for them that is 25% bigger than Alaska at 100% American expense.
Well, there is, in a way, I guess you can say there is some merit to it, because the Europeans, there are not enough Danish soldiers to actually defend it. But Greenland is not really threatened. That's the key hole in his argumentation. It's too close to the US, to Canada, to Europe, to actually be threatened seriously by China and Russia. Definitely not Russia. It's far too weak. So Greenland doesn't really need a really strong defense, not at the moment. And if it ever needed a strong defense, Europe would make it happen, and the US would as well. So I think, but yes, you can say the contingents right now in Greenland is too small to actually be able to withstand a full-scale invasion by China. But it's unrealistic to expect such a thing to happen.
All right, we'll have to wait and see how far can Trump actually go and how does this all play out for Europeans. But thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast and giving your analysis.
Pleasure.